Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Master Heart family. And this is where we've decided to just take those guards away from our heart, take the chains off, and to no longer, there's nothing more that we need to do in order to have the life that we want. We don't need to be guarded anymore. We can come, and here is a safe place for us to come with open hearts and share all the good news and the miracles that are happening in our life. And then we're going to have some more fun things going on. And so, as we usually start every time, and we talk about miracles in our life. And so who has some good miracles, some fun things, some questions, whatever, who wants to lay their heart out so we can love them?
I can.
Hey, Victoria.
Okay. So hello, everyone. I'm Victoria, and I'm in the Crowley, Texas area. And I've been having a issue for about 25 years. And a lot of times shame stop us from getting to where we need to be. And it say that, be true to yourself and, you can free yourself. So I made up my mind that what I was doing was just basically existing. And I was like, this is not the life that I live, that I want to live. So I started calling in the life that I want to live. And then it came to me. Then if you want this life, then you need to free yourself. You need to be open and honest. You're a very open and honest person. There's no such thing as shame. There's things that cause, solving solution. So I finally opened up after the 25 years. I talked with my doctor, and she told me, she said, I'm going to get you with a specialist. And I got in, I talked with the specialist in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He told me, I can help you. And I was like, man, that's all it took for me to just be open and honest and know that there's no shame and that everybody and each person is going through or growing through something. So I finally opened up. I had the surgery in 2021, and I have just been getting better and better and better. Just freeing myself for so many different things, because a lot of shame, in my case, it kept me from I wanted to be around people. I love people, have a passion for people, but it kept me from being around people. It stopped me from taking lunches, just going out and having a good time. And so now that I am free from that, I am free. I can go and have lunches. I can go and just quit existing and then just truly live. So I am just getting better and better in every way, every day. And there's one more thing that I want to share about last week when I was sharing that I found the 3 pennies.
Yeah.
Where it came to me that for me, the penny brought me joy, and it was a blessing, but I didn't take it to the next level. So I found 3 pennies, and then I've been talking with God, or some say the higher power. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So to go to the next level, when am I going to get my closing? When am I going to get this? When I'm going to get this? So it came to me, what did I do with those 3 pennies? They made me smile. And after the smile, one was in my car, one was in my dresser, and I don't know where the other was. So it's like, you think about the little things. If you're careful with the little things, or how do you expect to get the big things if you don't treat the little things as what it is? And so I thought about that. And so it came to me that if it was $100, would it just be in your car somewhere? Would it just be on the dresser? Would you have forgotten where it was? What would you have done with it? And the answer is, I would have put it in the bank. I would have took better care of more money. But how can I take better care of more money if I'm not treating the small amount of money? It takes sense to make dollars. It takes sense in order to function in this world. So the penny that I found, it was sense. And I also almost missed another lesson. So it was 3 things that I got from it. And the third thing was, what is on the money? And it's on that cent. What is on there? In God we trust. It's saying, don't trust the money, trust your higher power. to know that
Yeah.
what you call into existence, that it's gonna come true. So that's
Eh,
what I got there.
oh
Yeah.
my God, Victoria, that's fantastic. And yeah, for 25 years that the committee kept you locked up, thinking that
Yes.
shame. That's one of the committee members. Remember that little voice in our head and that worry
Right.
and fear and doubt and complaining and shame and guilt. And yeah, and so here you had this shame, this committee member saying, hey, don't tell anybody because they love locking you up and putting you in hell. And you finally rose up in this idea about us rising up and realizing who we are. We can ask for what we want. We can have it the way that we want to. And so you're the testimonial on it. And then this relationship with money, that's all it is a relationship of money. And so what kind of relationship do you have? It doesn't matter if it's a penny or $1 million or whatever, that what's my relationship? And that I love money, money loves me. And that's a great one to have. And again, your higher power, and biblically, actually the quote about the root of all evil is money. What that was saying is put God first. And you just said that, in God we trust. It's right on the penny, in God we trust. And we put God first and our higher power first. And then all the rest of it are gifts, to include money. Money just gives us more choices, more variety. It can do, amazing things. And does it bring happiness? You bet. Money brings happiness. I just send a friend some flowers, and out of the blue, and they go, "Oh my God!" And I took money in order to do that, but it's all about the thought. And so, congratulations for freeing yourself, Victoria, after 25 years.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah. And there's a lot of people out there that, haven't been freed all their life. And this is one of the things for us to realize, is that we can be free from any of these silly thoughts we have about who we are, because we are magnificent. And under all the committee and all the guardness and the guards and the chains and the locks on our heart, under all that is love. We're all pure love. And we are here to do one thing, not fix the world, but we're here to create and create more. And that's happening with all of us. That's beautiful. Thank you, Victoria. Yay, good for
That's
you.
really good.
You're welcome.
Yes. Joey, did you want to say something?
No, I just said that was really, really good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
For sure. And so are there miracles, good things happening with you?
Dr. Hank, oh, go ahead, Joey.
That was just a heavy sigh on my part, Robert. I'm going to mute myself. I couldn't pick in the song.
Joe, I think Joey is excited about the song at the end, exactly, for singing. Robin, what's going on?
Yeah, well, thank you again, Victoria. That was really beautiful, and I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we can learn from each other and learn from Dr. Hank. So last week, and my husband and I believe in the power of prayer. It's really important to us. So anyway, he's been in Panama City, Panama for a whole week working on yachts. So just one day I had, we FaceTime throughout the day. So I was on FaceTime with him, and I was taking my vitamins, and this has never happened to me before, but one vitamin got lodged in my throat, and I could not speak, and my husband could tell I was in, trouble. I was getting a little bit of air, but not much. So I was really, really scared. And so he was trying to guide me. He told me to, go to the fire station, or then he said, well, go to the ER, grab your purse, go ahead and get in the car. So I was doing all this, and I got in the car, but I didn't know he was saying a prayer for me. But he said, Heavenly Father, since I'm not there to help Robin, can you please unlodge the vitamin? And right when I got in the car, after he said that prayer, the vitamin just came up, and I spit it out on the lawn, And I was so grateful. So he told me after that he had prayed for that, blessing.
Yeah.
And it just, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing because I can breathe. Oh my goodness. It's so scary.
Yeah,
all the
that's
things what we
incredible.
want.
It's this power that we have with our prayer, and our prayer is our thought every day. God is listening to our prayer every day, every moment of every day. So it's not just when our hands are together that, God is literally listening and instantly receiving and answering our prayers. And so the testimonial on that, yeah, we can do anything for anybody, anywhere. My PhD on mental science, that we prayed for 2 different wings who had cancer in Moffitt Cancer Center. And neither wing knew we were praying for one wing, and the other wing we didn't pray for at all. And the patients had about the same severity of cancer, and which is just dis-ease. Okay, it's us being uncomfortable and dis-ease, and our committee getting us all stressed out. And so after 3 months of us thinking good thoughts about that wing and praying, if you will, for good health and well-being, that statistically, that other wing, without ever knowing we were praying for them, they got better. Statistically, they all overall got better than the other wing. And this is the power that each one of us possess. And we can be like Victoria and use that power to get out of whatever we might be in. And some of us don't even know we're in it. We just think this is how it is. This is how I think. And we have the ability and the power to be able to think whatever we want to, and specifically to think about us the way we want to, and for us to love ourselves. And because who's the biggest critic? Who's the one that, bad mouths us more than anybody else? And it's nobody out in this world. It's you, it's ourselves. That's who we badmouth more. And we don't have to do that anymore. We can give up the battle. Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just happened to think as I see Mia there, and I wanted to let you all know, you asked us when my first children's book would be done, and that the idea was inspired by Dua, and all because of this Master Heart family. We're creating so many wonderful things. And then Mia, she shared, I know she being an artist on California, that she always wanted to do a children's book. And as of today, our book, Journey to Paradise for Kids, is officially published. And you can go to Amazon and Journey to Paradise. And I did this morning, and so it might be a little bit different, but I typed in my name, DR, and then Hank, H-A-N-K, Seitz, S-E-I-T-Z. But I just want to show you just this amazing art that, look at this art. Every one of these pages, this is a children's book. This is Mr. Happy here, okay? And that's Mr. Happy. And it's just incredible. Here's Archangel Michael. And where this came from is, this isn't Mia, going to Google and saying, hey, what does Archangel Michael? This is Mia going to God, going to her angels, going to all that is, all this loving energy that we have access to, and asking for guidance. And so every page in this book is the art, literally the paintings of Mia Davis. So we thank you so much, Mia. And it's a book, and it's just a book to introduce people to Mr. Happy and Mr. Happy's 7 archangels, so that children can start realizing they can make it the way that they want it. Like under Michael, it says, I make life. Okay. And so life doesn't make me, I make life. And so isn't that exciting, huh?
Very. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you, Dr. Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mia,
Yeah.
beautiful.
That really is amazing. Congratulations to you both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. And Mia, do you have any thoughts on that or anything else that you want to share?
Yeah, I'm a mush ball, so if I cry, don't mind me. No, I'm excited. This, when I woke up this morning, I was lit up. I did a meditation and I did my joy shop, and I I asked, just for miracles today, for fun happenings and surprises, and I woke up to this, so that was that was really fun. And I have to say, Dr. Hank, that I think on the last our last meeting last week, I was sharing how this kind of like really stimulated my imagination. But what it really inspired me, because when I was younger, I loved like just looking through illustrations of children's book. I still do. I'm fascinated by just the beautiful, whimsical art that is available. And I think today more than ever, just having inspirational books and images that kids can see is a positive, and so, the thoughts, I think I messaged you over the weekend, like there were so many ideas that were kind of stimulating. And I was just like, I would just love to create, even just paintings for children, like to put in their bedroom, things that spark their imagination, or prints that spark their imagination and allow them to see that, kind of what the message of this book is, that, their imagination is important, and not to let it fizzle out, and you can be whatever you want to be, and you can dream big, and all of that. And so that's really kind of put a spark in me, to go in that direction. So that's something that popped in for sure.
Yeah.
Another thing I just wanted to share was, which isn't about myself, but my brother, who lives in Appleton, Wisconsin. I know, Dr. Hank, you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So he's been in Appleton, Wisconsin for about 20 years now. And in September, they bought him and his girlfriend, they bought a farm. So they have 4 horses and dogs and iguana and bunnies and different animals. And then in last month, he lost his job there. And so he was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He was looking, and, he's not one where he gets very discouraged, but, I was, on my end saying a prayer that he finds something that's a lot better and more beneficial than what he had, because his job was a real big source of stress, and he did it out of obligation, and he had to,
Right.
And so he messaged me that he got a job with a family-owned business. He's doing sales and construction. And he was just raving about the environment, the friendliness of everyone. And he said that the owner doesn't hire anyone off of their sheer experience or their resume or any of these things. He hires them based on the happiness that they can provide for the customers and the environment. And I just thought, knowing my brother, he's such a comedian, and he just puts a smile on everyone's face. It's the perfect space for him, and it's somewhere where he can thrive and he can be himself, and it's accepted. And so I was really happy. So I got that news too.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's great
And
news.
you influence that, Mia, with your prayer on what you wanted for him. And so that, helped to inspire him and to keep him going and to find the ideal job. So you were part of that, and you get to take credit for that. And we all have to take credit for everything in our lives. We're the ones that created all the people and everything that we've had previously in our lives. Now that all the circumstances that we had, we have to take full credit because our thoughts literally create our experience. And this is not a world of insertion where all of a sudden something comes into our life. This is a world of attraction. And so whatever I'm thinking about, I'm going to get more of. You know, it's kind of funny. I see the word, this is Phyllis, by the way, who is walking around her store. And so she has a store and she has lots of stuff in her store, you can see. And so anyways, but don't get, you stay focused on what we're talking about here. And that's beautiful, Nia. So, you know, and everything just getting better and better. And then, yeah, we create our life. That's now inspired. I've never heard an artist say, hey, I just want to do art that like children, or I want to do art that children could put into their rooms to spark their imagination. You know, what a thought that whole is. That's just amazing. You know, just,
you know, doing this book made me realize, like when I was younger, I used to take, you know, magazines, or, you know, you go to the library in those ages and they would have like the back issues of different magazines, or, you know, so they had kids like Nickelodeon and Ranger Rick, and, you know, they had these beautiful illustrations in them. And I remember just kind of clipping them out and pasting them and putting them up, because there wasn't that, you know, those things available. You know, you could have, you know, portraits of like the Care Bears or Rainbow Bright or, you know, whatever else on your wall. But in terms of actually something that's either personalized or, you know, just from like a child's imagination, and they see it actually on their wall, you know, there was nothing like that. And I know as a child, for me, I mean, my whole wall would have been covered with different scenes and different, you know, things from my dreams. And that would have been really fun and helpful. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. And I don't have any children myself, but, you know, this is sort of my way of giving to children, I guess.
Yeah. Not yet. You're gonna have kids.
Well, thank you.
Lots of them.
Because I know you want to, and so thus you will. And that we get what we want. We just have to think about what we want and not what we don't want. And it's also, you know, this whole idea for all of us to realize that, you know, when we were younger, like, I don't know if any of you remember in third or fourth grade or whatever, when you were in school and all of a sudden you looked out the window and you just started to daydream, you know, maybe it was fall trees or whatever. And all of a sudden the teacher was, hey, you know, pay attention, you know, don't be daydreaming. So we have in so many ways been told not to expand our imagination, not to expand our creativity, you know, to face reality. And that, as you know, none of us are going to face reality anymore. We're going to create reality because it all starts with our thought. And so we're not, you know, whatever is happening in our life right now is old news. It started all with our thought. And so if we want new news and the way we want it, we just change our thoughts. Doesn't matter how we've been, what other people have said, what our experience is. Normally our past isn't our friend. And so for us to just stand tall and say, yeah, I'm just going to think about what I want. And this idea about expanding and to ask, I want to expand my imagination today. And, you know, and this is where Archangel Jophiel comes in. And it's in the book that Archangel Jophiel, and he illumines, he has this golden light that illuminates our minds and expands our imagination and our creativity. So if you will every day ask for Archangel Jophiel to come in and with that golden light and illuminate your mind and expand your imagination and creativity to what you want, to have more answers, more solutions, that hang on for the ride of your life. because you'll get ideas like Mia did on, painting for children to inspire them in bedrooms. And by the way, parents will pay big bucks for that.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. One of my, I guess to date, like the most, the painting that I got paid the most for was literally for a 2-year-old's nursery.
Oh my gosh.
So like a 4-foot by 4-foot painting. So yeah.
When did you get to that realization, when you were going through this and you realized, hey, actually, my highest one is that when you realized that, or?
Yeah, well, yes, because as I was doing the paintings, I was asking Archangel Jophiel for help. And I think what happened was these sort of barriers broke down where, I felt like in order to be taken seriously as an artist, I had to do very serious art. Yeah. It had to have, a lot of art these days is very political, or, they have these sort of serious undertones, and it's not me. And so I realized,
sound like fun.
It's not fun. I like bright colors. I love nature, and my imagination is very strong. And so when I'm outside, just yesterday I was looking outside and I was like, that tree looks like a ballerina dancing, and so I see these things that I want to then create, but I used to stop myself thinking, well, that's not an adult thing, or that's not something that someone would really pay for. And I think that just went away when I asked for guidance. Yeah. And so as I was drawing, and then I was showing the children in the book specifically, there's a picture of the children planting the seeds. And as I was drawing that, I started to realize how much I loved children's illustrations and how much they influenced my childhood. And so that's something that I think, as I see children today, that is missing, or at least it's kind of decreasing. And I would love to contribute to just sort of impacting children's imagination.
That is just great. I love it. I'm trying to find that specific picture. Yeah, here the pictures are planting seeds of the children.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. And it says, I plant seeds with my thoughts. And so for them to realize that, for us to realize, this is what we did. And
Dr. Hay, could you put, or Mia, could we put in the chat how we find that book again?
Yeah, so let's see here. So if you go, where's the chat? Let me see.
Well, my iPad.
So let me share with it. And Joey, would you mind putting into the chat? Go to Amazon, and then it is Journey to Paradise. Just type in Journey to Paradise, and then Dr. Hank. Hank, and then Seitz, S as in Sam, EITZ. And there's some other easier way, I'm sure, to get to it. That's how I got to it this morning, because I figured, I want to tell you guys about it. And they sent me, KDP did that. Did you guys get that on the chat now? Is that on the chat?
I can put it in there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you put it in there. Okay, great. Thank you. And so beautiful, on just how this spawns, one thought leads to the next, and it's kind of like 1 + 1 = 3, and we come up with these new ideas. And when we really honor the gift that we each have is with these thoughts, that we can literally with God, all things are possible, literally have anything that we want. Yeah, and Journey to Paradise. Yeah, and Seitz is S as in Sam, EITZ. SEITZ.
Oh, okay.
Well, I never use my last name, and it's always Dr. Hank, everybody doesn't get it. Oh, there we go. We even have a link. Look at you guys. Oh, you guys are just so. Here's the link. All right. Yay. There we go. I knew somebody would come through. I knew we'd get answers. Hey, Lois.
Can I share real quick and ask a quick question as well?
Sure.
So I kind of came off of like this really high week last week, everything, and still the momentum is still going with that business wise. So pretty excited about that. But I
Right.
have like a little hiccup. I have a daughter who's nearly 31 years old that is very much enabled. But when she doesn't get what she wants from her dad, she calls me and basically berates me and tears me up because I tell her, no, I'm sorry. I'm not bailing you out. You're going to have to do it. So, which goes for her just sending me where I literally told her, don't send me any more messages or I'm going to block you, which breaks my heart. It's my daughter. I don't want to,
Yeah.
And I could just really use
Yeah.
one, some encouragement, but two, some advice on how
Sure.
to deal with it.
You bet, Carolyn. Hey, we've all been through this with, with kids or other people but especially our children. So rest assured here that really our only responsibility, Carolyn, as a parent, we've already done it. We've given them birth into this amazing world. They're also leading edge creators as well. And so for example, when you bring the baby home, and Deborah Krista, one of our master heart family people, she knows this firsthand now, when you bring the baby home, who's running the show?
Baby.
The baby. And the baby can't talk, it can't make food, it can't, go to the bathroom, walk to the bathroom, it can't walk, can't talk, but it's running the show. Your daughter is her own amazing creator, and she is experiencing life. Everything is playing out perfectly for her. We are not responsible. Again, your responsibility was to give her birth into this life. She has her own guidance system, her emotions. God is guiding us every moment, to include your dear daughter, that guiding us every moment. When we feel good, it means we're thinking about this as God is. It means we're on our path. When we feel bad, it means we're not thinking about this like God is, and we're not on our path. So when you feel bad about your daughter, God is telling you there is nothing to feel bad about. And so what God is saying about your daughter, and for you to feel better, to give you relief, is you are freeing your daughter and giving her wings to fly. And she gets to make the choice. And so she can try to continue to manipulate the world, which includes you and your, the dad, whatever, or she can decide to rise up and start creating her life the way that she wants to. That we have been taught, go manipulate the world. So if you're in a business, go manipulate your customers, whatever. Let's all stop manipulating the world, because what will happen, and what's happening with you, Carolyn, is, you can't control this, right? And that, trying to follow your daughter around, trying to keep her happy, it's like this, this tail wagging of a dog that you'll never catch up to it. Okay. It's not your responsibility. Your only responsibility now as a parent, to all of us, and Carolyn specifically, your only responsibility to your children and really to others is to do two things: to send love to them and to send them well-being. These prayers I talked to you about on how we help cancer patients, on how we stop choking like Robin. These prayers work. And if you believe in yourself and the power of your prayer, that all you need to do is you send love and well-being. And doesn't that give you relief? Just thinking about, wow, I'm so powerful. I don't need to be doing any of this worldly crap and what she wants me to do or whatever. I just need to do what I want. And what I want to do, I want to send my daughter love and well-being. And you do that, and that's the best thing you can do for any of our children. It's the best thing you can ever do. When you try to go in and tell them, what to do and, how to do it, or you start enabling them and have them, I have a problem, so you're the answer. You're not here to answer, the problems for them. They are here to go take the problem, realize they don't want that problem, that will then birth what I call contrast, that will then birth the answers and solutions and a better life for her. So the best thing you can do is, don't communicate with her. You think you got it bad. Just with the daughter, I have someone right now that I'm helping that basically has blocked her parents, her aunt, all kinds of people, because they're all dysfunctional. They create unhappiness for her. And so she is now just sending love and well-being to them. And she's now a happy girl. And so for you, Carolyn, you can do the same. And so hearing that, do you think that you have the power to actually help your daughter most by your prayer, sending love and well-being to her?
Absolutely. And I do. I've always prayed for her and that type of thing, but not specifically for love and well-being. So I am going to add that. Yeah. So thank you.
That's all you need. That's all you need. And, if you want to throw in a couple other, health, wealth, and success is another one. Another great one for all of us, and we should pray for ourselves, is we want a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. It is, again, long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. It is not our responsibility. We're not here to fix the world. The world doesn't need fixing. Your daughter doesn't need fixing. We are here to create. And the happier you can be, and this creates you unhappiness, which means don't pay attention to it. Whatever you pay attention to expands. Don't pay attention to that and start paying attention to what does make you feel happy. So think about our family here. Think about how all of us love you and support you, and that we're sending now love and well-being to your daughter. So now you just and remember, we are way more powerful than millions of people that aren't connected, and lovingly powerful. And so now you got all of us, and we're praying for the love and well-being of your daughter. And now we've just taken this to a whole new level. And that your daughter is just fine, no matter what her committee. Because remember, who's really talking to you isn't your daughter with this heart. Who's talking to you is this little committee chattering away on, hey, I need you to. I'm going to make you feel guilty, or whatever I'm going to do, because that's going to make me feel good, and it actually doesn't make her feel good. Okay, and so you don't want to continue feeding that committee. So block her. Send her love and well-being, and you will see amazing things. And just look at her and think about her the way you want her. Happy. Think about her being happy. Think about her being at peace. Think about her being her own leading edge creator. Amen.
Amen. Thanks.
Amen.
And by the way, on a side note, I'm going to rename you to Dr. Happy.
Well, thank you.
I crowned thee Dr. Happy.
All right.
I allow that. I accept that. I believe that. It just gets nothing but better and better for us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Dr. Hank,
Yeah, Joey.
you mind if I add a personal testament to what you just said?
Yeah,
You
bet.
Back, it's got to be about 9-10 years ago now. I was working in Iowa I was still in corporate America, and my son was up in Michigan, and I got a call on Easter morning at like 3:00 in the morning that he was in the hospital and tried to kill himself. And so I jumped in my vehicle. I ran up to Michigan, it was about 8 hours, 8.5 hours. And all the way there, and I had a mindset coach in my life at that time. And about 7:00 in the morning, I called her up and we talked. And she told me exactly what you just said, send love. But she said to build a vision for him. Because I was used to doing visions in my own life. And I just built this vision that he realized how freaking remarkable and incredible he was, that he come into his own, that he learned that he's a child of Almighty God, and that God will direct him. And I just went through this whole thing, and I cried all the way up there. I was so scared and everything. And so I got up there and spent time with him and everything else. And then he ended up getting okay, coming out of the hospital and everything and stuff. And I left and came. And then probably 3.5 years later, I was now down here in South Carolina, and he came down to visit me and stuff for a week. And we got to talking, and that instance came up. And it was the first time I was able to tell him what I did with that vision. And he sat across from me, and he was 22 at the time, 23. And he just started crying, and he goes, Dad, every one of those things have come true in my life.
Awesome.
So when we talk about doing this stuff and sending love and stuff,
great.
it really does have a mark on that stuff. And to this day, I'm so grateful that I had somebody with the know-how and the guidance to guide me to do that, because I didn't know to do it myself.
And that's just
Right.
beautiful, Joey.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Joey.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, man, amazing. Because of time, and that is perfect timing now, that let's go into our hearts and really realize who we are and the power we have to help ourselves as well as help those that we love. And so I invite all of us to close our eyes now and just get very relaxed. It's easier to close your eyes. The kingdom is within us, and your beautiful hearts are within you. And you are simply and purely love. That's who you really are. And so breathe in deeply. And breathe in God's love. And breathe out. And just say to yourself, relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. In. And as you breathe out, just say at ease to yourself. Let's start at the top of your head and just open up your crown. So relax, allow God's love to flow into you. Relax your forehead, relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Just becoming so relaxed. A deep breath in. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Allow relaxation to flow down your arms, through your hands, feeling so relaxed. Relax now your lungs, those beautiful lungs of yours. Fill them with that beautiful oxygen. Your incredible body is just relax your lungs. Relax your chest. Relax your beautiful heart. Open up your heart wide now, as it's going to show you its true self today. And continue to go down your body, go down to your stomach. Relax all of your amazing organs. Just breathe in deeply. Feel that relaxation and God's love going through you now, going down to your hips, relaxing your hips. Relaxing your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles. Relaxation now flows down your legs, down your feet, and just feel complete relaxation. So at ease. The meek shall inherit the earth, and we are now meek. We are now in a state of allowing, to allow our imaginations to expand. And now just imagine you starting to flow down, floating down in the air, looking out and seeing your beautiful heart. It's this beautiful red heart that is just magnificent. It's bigger than anything. You can't even see the ends. There's no end, no limits to how big your heart is. And just keep on floating down to your heart, seeing your heart there. And in the middle of your heart, you now stop. And there's this beautiful door. And you open up the door and you walk in and into your heart. And there's this magnificent cathedral. It's the most magnificent, if any of you have been in church, it's the most magnificent church you've ever been in. This is your kingdom that God has made for you. That in the back, you can see that there are organ pipes, and those pipes rise up for miles. You look up to the roof, and there is no roof on your heart, your church, your kingdom. You look up into the deep blue sky, and oh, it's so open, it's infinite. Like you, everlasting light. You look up and you see God's light, the sun, shining on you now as you're standing at the doorway of your heart. God's light now illuminates your mind, illuminates your heart throughout your entire body, your senses, to include your sixth sense. You're at one now and feel the presence of God and all that is. You're standing at this doorway. There's this red, beautiful carpet that leads up to this throne, this place for you to sit that God has made you. And as you start walking down this beautiful aisle, you feel the harps of the angels playing. You hear the angels singing. The heavens are parting for you now. You are all love, and you recognize who you are. And as you continue to walk down this aisle, that you see the pews to the left and to the right start filling up with all the people that you have attracted into your life, all of your loved ones, all the people that you have ever come into contact, that you have ever thought of, are now here. And they're standing and they're applauding you. And they're sending you love and well-being. Every one of them has been part of your play of this beautiful life of yours that you have created. And they all cheer you. They all bravo to you. How magnificent you are. As you are now pure love. You have let go of the committee. You have let go of those chains, of those guards. Nothing to guard. You're pure love, pure thought. With your thought, you can create the life of your dreams, and you now do. And as you walk down in the carpeted aisle of this magnificent cathedral of you and your life, that it is the corridor of joy, you now walk down with the doors of abundance swinging wide open to you. You now walk up the stairs to this beautiful throne. And this large, beautiful, comfortable chair. You stand in front of it. You bless it. And you take your righteous place now in it. And Archangel Michael comes flying in with a beautiful crown and puts this crown on your head as you are now pure love, pure joy. So happy. The realization that all the people that have been and are in your life and will be in your life are here to help you to have a brighter future, to help you expand the growth and the freedom and the joy of God and all that is, to give us eternal life. You sit in your throne, so happy, so filled with love, so content, so satisfied, so at peace. Your loved ones surround you now. All the people in your life surround you, and they make a circle around you. Your 7 archangels are above you, taking angel drop dust and just pouring it all over you. And every thought of every emotion is pouring this love into you, every pore of your body. The divine is flowing into you now. Feeling so free, so happy, so blessed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel God's light on you, shining upon you. Knowing that now you can create your life the way that you want to. There's only you in the way, and your smaller self is out of the way now. And you have risen above, you have risen at one with God, with your inner being, and with the love that you are. Enjoy this arena of love, this place, your kingdom. And your kingdom now prospers, for you are prospering. And everyone around you now prospers. And we all lift up now, all of us together, the Master Heart family, all of our loved ones, all of our angels that we lift up now. And you are right in the center of this circle, so loved, so amazing, so beautiful. We rise up. We rise above your kingdom into the blue sky, just floating, flying, so happy, so in love, so free now to have it the way that you want it. Breathe in. And breathe out. And love is now your dominant vibration. Every thought is dominated by love. Every emotion dominated by love. Everyone that you attract and every circumstance that you attract is filled with more love now. You are the chosen one, the blessed one. You are the light. You are the love. And now you can flow back in to your heavenly kingdom, back into that beautiful chair. And know that you sit at your throne forever. Creating with God all the things that make all of us happier, freer, and more in love with ourselves and with life. You shall always be surrounded by us. We are always here for you to love and guide and support you forevermore. There's only everything to look forward to now. That all the wanted, all that you want is flowing to you now. The laughter, the smiles, the business, service. It's all yours now. You get it all. That's fine. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out. Breathe last. Breathe last. And as you still sit in your chair, then I now invite you back into this room. You sit now at your throne with your crown on, so happy, so free, so lovingly powerful. And for this, we give thanks. And so it is done. Amen. I invite you to open up your eyes now, to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And I feel good, do, like I knew that I would. We are going to have the most fantastic week. We just took it off like a big one. Yeah, Michelle.
You mentioned the crown, and I had to go get this. I have a crown. Can you see?
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Yes, you do. I have a crown too. See how shiny it is? That's beautiful. I love it. Man, what a powerful time we had today. I just love you guys so much, and for just sharing our hearts and just knowing that we're all is well now, you know. And love is ours, and that's who we all are. And with that, we get to sing just a couple of lines. And we've invited our hearts in. You guys sing, we've invited our hearts in. Now it's time for our dreams to begin. Now it's time for our dreams
to
begin.
We love our Master Heart family.
We love our Master Heart family.
As we now walk together merrily.
As
we now walk together merrily.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off. Master Heart.
Hey, be like kids. Sound off our Master Heart family.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Enjoy your wonderful kingdom this week. I love you all. And
too, Dr.
make
Hank.
sure you invite your child, your interviewing your child in this week to have more fun, be more playful, and know everything is coming your way. Okay?
Absolutely.
God bless.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.